Hello. We are joined today by Doug Ritchie. Doug recently sold his income interest through CRT Experts and was kind enough to agree to spend a few minutes here today to share his perspective with other CRT beneficiaries. Doug, first, thank you very much for joining us. I think it's important that you put it in your own words, so I'll turn it over to you. The floor is yours. Just give everyone a sort of a full circle on your CRT experience. You know, why you created the trust, how it worked for you over the years, why you eventually just here recently decided to sell your income interest, and then of course your experience throughout the actual sales process as well.
Thank you, Evan. I created the trust back in the late 90s when I left Silicon Valley to move to Central Oregon. I had some very sharply increased values of stock in Intel and Microsoft that were way up from when I bought them. I didn't want to take the tax consequence, so I had a recommendation given to me by an American Express advisor to create a CRT. I did that, and CRT has been managed, as it were, by Renaissance, which has been a real interesting story with Renaissance. They were very late. They give me a K-1 every year, which makes my tax filings almost late. I get it about 2 days before taxes are due, but that's been kind of a pain for me. My wife passed away 5 years ago, and I'm living alone now, and I'm hoping to be able to live a few more years. I'm 81 years old now, and a couple of years ago, I got a letter from Evan, and I think I followed up on that initial letter a small amount, but I didn't really follow up enough. So 2 years later, which was a few months ago, I followed up with Evan, and I can say that the experience in working with CRT Experts has been terrific. I was very suspicious, of course, sending off a couple $100,000 or less to someone I didn't even know. But I did my research and determined that I felt Evan was and his organization were credible. The most important thing for me in making a decision to go ahead were references that he gave me. I asked him for references for 3 people, and one was very much like me. One had a smaller CRT, and one had a larger CRT. All 3 gave excellent references, and that was the last thing I needed in order to move forward. So I moved forward, and Evan did everything he said he was going to do. Very, very honorable organization, and I cannot say enough about CRT Experts.
Well, thank you very much, Doug. As you would imagine, your story, I'm sure we've talked about that. It's very similar to a lot of people out there who have CRTs and set them up for good reasons, and they work fine for some time, but they've run their course. They're tired of the administration and just want to make a change. And you know, as I've told you, I would be skeptical as well. So you know, I don't blame anyone for being skeptical. You didn't know us, but you picked up the phone, and we certainly had some good conversations over the last few months, and I thank you for that. And I'm glad you did it. I'm glad it was a good experience for you. And again, I really appreciate you sharing your experience with other CRT beneficiaries here today.
Yeah, I'm welcome to do that, and you can tell uh, Rebecca or Karen, that they can use my name on phone calls, or others that might be wanting to get some references as well.
Well, I appreciate that, Doug. It's just as I know that was important to you, and you had mentioned that early in the process. You know, I'd like to speak with 3 references, and of course, we're happy to connect you with others. And you you saw that firsthand, of course, how valuable those are. So I appreciate you you volunteering, and I'm sure we'll have some opportunities to take you up on that.
Well, thank you for your work, Evan.
You're welcome, Doug. Thank you again, and you have a great rest of the day.
Bye-bye.
Bye bye.